Actually, since you study landscape ecology before, can you explain to me in detail what metapopulation theory is and why is it important? I did some reading about it, but I still did not get it clearly.
Sure, I will explain it to you gladly. It is an interesting topic.
Wow, can't wait to learn more about it.
A metapopulation is a network of semi-isolated population with some level of regular or intermittent migration and gene flow among them. It can be expressed more simply as a population of populations. Individual populations may become extinct in metapopulation dynamic, but other populations may recolonize them. Serious genetic issues that are necessary for the survival of the species might arise if we reduce this individual population to an unacceptable level without allowing for interpopulation migration. The genetic status will remain quite constant even if there is a little population shift. A metapopulation is a system in which local populations inhabit discrete habitat patches and interpatch dispersal is neither so low as to negate significant demographic connectivity nor so high as to eliminate any independence of local population dynamics, including a degree of asynchrony with other local populations.
Are there any terms in metapopulation are commonly used?
Yes. There are four types of commonly used terms in metapopulation, such as dispersion, colonization, extinction, and migration. Dispersion defined as one-way movement of individuals from one patch to another, while migration means a two-way movement of individuals to any location irrespective of distance. Colonization as movement of individuals from occupied patches to unoccupied patches to form new local populations, and extinction defined as removal of individuals.
There are four conditions to define a metapopulation. The first condition is suitable habitat only found in discrete patches. The second condition is all subpopulations have a risk of extinction. The third condition is patches close enough to be recolonized. And for the last condition, local populations' growth dynamics are not synchronized.
So, out of my curiosity, are there any kind of metapopulation structures?
Yes, there are four types of metapopulation structure, such as Levin's classical metapopulation model, patchy metapopulation model, non-equilibrium metapopulation model, and mainland island metapopulation model. First one, classical metapopulation model or Levin's metapopulation model. There are occupied and unoccupied patches within this metapopulation model. In this model, persistence requires an adequate rate of migration among patches referred from Harrison and Tyler 1997. Small subpopulations within a metapopulation are extinction prone but are sufficiently close to neighboring populations for recolonization to occur. The second one, patchy metapopulation model. All subpopulations are sufficiently close to function as a single subpopulation. That means that enough individuals are migrating between subpopulations that the subpopulations are not at risk of going extinct. Therefore, the single subpopulation is acting as the metapopulation. In this model, the subpopulations are not independent and their demographics are closely linked. When a subpopulation goes extinct, It is not noticed because it is part of a large continuous metapopulation. However, if the single large population goes extinct, so does the metapopulation. The third one, non-equilibrium metapopulation model. Each subpopulation acts as a separate metapopulation. Each metapopulation is extinction prone because of its isolation and small size. In this model, the subpopulations are completely independent and their demographics are not linked. The subpopulations are separated by large interpatch distance so that no migration occurs. And when a subpopulation goes extinct, it does not get recolonized. When extinction occurs, the subpopulation and the metapopulation go extinct. The fourth one, mainland island metapopulation model. A system of patches or subpopulation located near a larger mainland patch or subpopulation. Dispersals from the mainland can reach each of the small patches of subpopulation. It is assumed the mainland population does not go extinct, and if the mainland population does not go extinct, neither does the metapopulation. After listening to those explanations from me, in your opinion, what are the benefits of metapopulation?
I think that source and sink patches are one of the benefits of metapopulation. In the real world, patches vary in size and quality. Just like with an age structure population, where vital rates and equilibrium abundance can vary by age or size class. Vital rates and abundance can vary over space. Some areas might have better habitat, with higher overall population growth rates. On the other hand, some areas might have poor habitat and these areas may be associated with lower vital rates. Source patches are permanent features in the terrain, contributing to nearby patches with lower quality habitat such as sink patches. It is because sink areas lack suitable habitats for a species to live. Colonies or individuals might go extinct here. For instance, a population or source piece of habitat for a territorial animal species is frequently full or at carrying capacity. While sink patches are defined as a patch that will go extinct if it were not for the constant input of immigrants from nearby source populations. Some animals relocate to the sink patch as a result. For example, birds may be able to successfully nest there even if it may not be the optimum environment for them. The ability of the sink population to assist in repopulating a sink patch in the case of catastrophe that wipes out its members in one patch is another benefit of the sink population. Consequently, over the time, the sink patches aid in population stabilization and provide a reserve of individuals available for recolonization. One-page actions are not synchronized with those of the other pages. A further noteworthy characteristic of metapopulation is that, in some circumstances, the relative isolation and protection of the source and sink patches may function as a buffer, keeping the species from going extinct. For instance, even if the patches are connected, a sickness that decimates every individual in a patch cannot possibly spread to all the populations. What is the rescue effect?
The rescue effect in metapopulation hypothesis that less isolated patches are unlikely to go extinct because of recolonization may occur between breeding seasons, or immigrant may sufficiently bolster population size to prevent extinction altogether. These mechanisms have rarely been demonstrated directly, and most evidence of the rescue effect is from relationships between isolation and extinction.
How is the concept of sink population related to the rescue effect?
A pseudo-sink population is defined as a patch that is artificially by immigrants from nearby source population. In isolation or in the absence of a nearby source population, a pseudo-sink will not go extinct, which also means that a true sink would go extinct, but would settle down at a much lower equilibrium abundance. That is, a pseudo-sink maintains an equilibrium above its carrying capacity due to the influx of immigrants from one or more nearby source population. The dynamics of metapopulation is governed by two sets of processes operating at two distinctive spatial scales, which is local scale and regional scale. In local scale, individuals can move within the patch. Population changes and regulation done by demographic processes such as birth and death. In regional scale, interaction between patches is done by dispersion and colonization. Now is the story time. I hope the story will help you to understand the metapopulation theory even better. The story is about the journey of the bluefin tuna species in surviving the sea pollution. Once upon a time, in the clear waters of the ocean, there lived a vibrant species of fish called the bluefin tuna. However, as humans started littering the shores with plastic debris and spilled chemicals from the ship, the ocean's water quality worsened, and the bluefin tuna began to become ill, and some even died. Then, the bluefin tuna began to search for a new home elsewhere, where the waters were still clean and plentiful. They swam for miles, crossing oceans in order to search for a new place to colonize for their survival. Finally, the bluefin tuna found an island with clear waters and abundance of food, and they made it their new home. As time passes, they started to grow in numbers, thriving in their new environment. However, the bluefin tuna's old home, that was once home to thousands of fishes, was now completely void of life. The pollution had made it uninhabitable, and all the fishes had either died or migrated elsewhere. The bluefin tuna's old home was now a ghost town, a reminder of the devastating impact of human activities on marine ecosystem. Conclusion from these studies has been that stability is possible at the metapopulation level despite unstable local population dynamics, provided that there is some density dependence at the local population level, that migration rates are appropriate, and that there is sufficient stochasticity to keep local population dynamics unsynchronized.